Welcome to day 11. We are back on the trail and we just did about a mile road walk down the highway to get here. There was a shuttle that would have dropped us off at the trailhead, but we're trying to maintain our continuous footpath from one end of Vermont to the other. So we skipped the shuttle and just walked it. Every once in a while I run into a sign that just cracks me up. This is not a trail. And then you look here. I mean, clearly it's a trail. Maybe it's not intended to be walked on, but it's just kind of funny when you see a trail and this is not a trail. Sure it is. This is a big milestone for us. Made it to Main Junction, so this is where the Appalachian Trail and the Long Trail split. So all the AT hikers are going this way up to Maine and Mount Katahdin, and then the LT hikers are going this way to the Canadian border. So we are on our way to Canada. As we're looking at the sign for our trip north to Canada, Callan noticed right in the middle here you see the North Country Trail sticker. So this is part of the North Country Trail, which is cool because we have hiked part of the North Country Trail in the Porcupine Mountains in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, and also Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore. We hiked 42 miles of the North Country Trail there as well. So we've been on it before, never this far east though. Trail's very cruisy so far today. I think this in combination with our fresh legs from our zero, we might get to our shelter earlier than expected. Taking a lunch break, just had my standard tuna and Fritos with a turkey stick and some cookies. Callan's finishing up with some sweet tarts. I had some as well. And we are back up the trail shortly. Well, we're not done with the Vermont quite yet, but it's been less and less of this the more north we've progressed, and you can see up ahead, pretty good looking trail. One of the questions I get from some of my friends that don't backpack is, so when you're out there, like, where do you poop? Check this out. Look at this privy. This is unbelievable. It's got a deck on it. Like, there's people who don't have decks this nice in their backyard. And then we got to take a look inside this thing. Look at, they got railings on there for hanging on to. If you had to, you could literally sleep in here in a pinch. It doesn't smell bad at all. And trust me, not all privies are like this on the trail. Some of them are just revolting. But this one is ridiculous. I'm going to hang out on the deck for a while. I'm surprised they don't have a grill out here. So I snuck off in the woods a little bit here. There are several people at the shelter. I don't want to bust out the camera, but I'm going to do the wrap up for the day. We did, counting the road walk, about 14 miles today. We made great time. It was probably the easiest hiking we've done so far. A little bit hilly, but for the most part pretty flat, and also not a whole lot of mud. Really, really nice today. We made great time. There's storms coming in tomorrow. We're gonna have to hustle. I don't know if we can make it to our shelter before it's gonna rain, and then potentially severe storms in the evening, and then raining all the next day or most of the next day as well. So we have that to look forward to. And so other than that, it's been going great. Glad to be out on the trail again. This shelter is super nice. Cal and I are sleeping in the shelter tonight, and we're about to do our bear bag hang. All right, one last quick shot for the night. This is the view from inside our shelter looking out. This fenced in thing is to keep the porcupines out, because apparently they're coming in here and eating stuff. But this is a really sweet shelter. Callan and I have the bunk on our side, there's two guys over here on the other side and a table in between. But yeah, this is a pretty sweet spot. And we're going to be up early tomorrow to try to beat the rain. Good night, everybody. Well, good morning. Welcome to day 11 on the long trail. Callan just pointed out that I said day 11. It's actually day 12. I'll splice this in there. Had a decent night's sleep in a pretty sweet shelter last night. It did rain for about 10 or 15 minutes last night. Today's challenge is we've got a 13-mile day, which is fine, with not too bad of terrain. However, it's supposed to have severe storms this afternoon, early in the afternoon. So we got on the trail by 7, which is pretty early to be hiking for us. And I shouldn't be walking and talking, or I'm gonna fall over. But so we're gonna have to hustle. We're going to get wet. The only question is how wet. We are the first people on trail going no-bow or northbound this morning, which means I'm cutting cobwebs, and there are so many of them, and they just get all over you. I can't wait till we either pass a southbound hiker or get to the next shelter in a few miles where we know that people stayed and have already left and headed north, because these cobwebs are annoying. Not every day that you see a thermometer nailed to a tree in the middle of the woods. It is just above 50 degrees according to this. Perfect weather for hiking. Look at this no-name backcountry area. I think we should just call it Steve and then be done with it. Alright, I'm going to be dating myself here, but who out there is looking at this and this reminds them of that game Hi-Ho Cherry-O? Oh, just climbed Mount Horde, probably about 1,000 feet and just about straight up. And we're taking a break. That was rough. Whew. Quick update, we're 2.2 miles from the shelter and the storm is about an hour and 15 minutes away and the terrain is rough. So we're probably not going to make it. We're probably going to get wet with like a half mile or a quarter mile to go, but we're going to push and see what we can do. Storms look like they might be really bad, so I'm a little bit nervous about this, but nothing we can do about it. It is 2:24, so it's not raining yet. It just started to sprinkle the minute we walked in here, and it's going to downpour probably within the next hour. I can never tell. The weather app, the times always seem to vary, but we did make it. We'll be able to stay dry. We're the first two here, so we'll get a spot for sure, and happy about that. So alright, we're gonna go get washed up, maybe get some water before the rain starts. The wood's just too wet, my fire won't get going. Ugh. I got another Knorr pasta side going here. This is the cheesy bacon mac with the barbecue chicken packet thrown in. It's a pretty good meal. Before it gets raining too hard, I want to get the shelter. This is the Sucker Brook shelter. Just the two of us so far. Maybe there'll be people coming in later, I don't know. We got room for a couple more. So when you sleep in a shelter, you're really just taking your sleeping pad, your sleeping bag or quilt and pillow, and you throw it in here and you just go to sleep. And that's how it works. It's a little bit like cowboy camping, but with a roof over your head. We actually like sleeping in here quite a bit. You don't have to worry about taking your tent up or down. If it rains overnight, who cares? None of your stuff gets wet. Just got to worry about mice getting into your sleeping bag. Well, here comes the rain. 6 o'clock. And it finally started raining hard. Luckily, at least not yet, no high winds, no real crazy stuff. So maybe that stuff missed us, I don't know. But it is going to be raining probably until tomorrow mid-morning from what we understand, which will impact when we can start. So now we're just going to sit in the shelter, well, for about a day and a half. Alright, I'm going to wrap up day 12. We've been sitting out here for several hours. We ate dinner and we played quite a bit of chess.
Now I'm down 5 games to 2 to Callan. Got a hole to dig out of, and we can go to sleep pretty soon. It's starting to get dark, and then tomorrow morning we've got to wait till the rain's going to stop. We're not sure when that's going to be because these forecasts never seem to be very accurate. But it was a fun hike today. I think it was 13.2 miles. We cranked it out pretty quick. We were in camp by 2:30, which is about as early as we've gotten in. And tomorrow will be a slower day. It's going to be a lot of elevation change, but it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Trail might be a bit muddy, but that's what it's like hiking out in Vermont. But that's it for day 12, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.